Nigeria's federal government has tertiary academic institutions at different levels, including universities, polytechnics, and colleges of education. And these institutions have unions, workers' unions, as to be expected, to protect their welfare, defend their rights and entitlements before the employer, meaning the universities or meaning the administrators of the institutions and the government, that is the overall employer, the ultimate employers. Why is it that government has come to reserve no work, no pay for the academic staff union of Nigerian universities, compared with the polytechnic academic unions and the academic unions of the colleges of education? What is the difference? It is not just because ASUU pertains to the university system, but ASUU leadership sets for itself the goal or prioritization according to the leadership of ASUU. Welfare of ASUU members is not the overarching priority of ASUU, but good funding and good running of the universities. Yet, this is a union leadership that is, well, as from 2012, amended the constitution of the union to be extorting 2% of each ASUU member's monthly salary as monthly membership due of a workers' union, set in percentage. And to increase or decrease the 2% as deemed fit by the leadership alone. And so, from 2024 till date, the leadership has deemed fit to increase the percentage to be extorted from the members' salaries to 3%. And that has been the case. Yeah, we have not answered the question. Why is it that government seems to have reserved no work, no pay for ASUU? Well, ASUU is the only tertiary academic institution union embarking on regular, constant, and prolonged strikes, disrupting university education, holding university education to ransom, closing university education for months, sometimes 6 months. In 2022, it was 7.5 months in a single year, But all the blame cannot be put on ASUU leadership, because ASUU leadership cannot be corrupt without the collaboration of the university administrators and government. Extortion of salary percentage is not possible without the collaboration of the university administrators and government. But beyond that, as from 2013, government and the ASUU leadership have been colluding to be giving bribe to ASUU leadership shared with the non-academic unions, even when calling the bribe earned academic allowance, and preventing workers from getting their legitimately earned allowances, whether as academic or as non-academic workers. We don't hear any of these levels of corruption in relation to polytechnics and colleges of education workers unions. So no constant prolonged strikes as in the case of ASUU. Are we to say, and to what extent are the universities better funded and better run than Nigeria's polytechnics and colleges of education? That is the question we must ask ourselves. And how does it make sense for a workers' union to say its own priority is not the welfare of the union's members, but good running and good funding and good running of the universities? How does it make sense? What is the purpose of a workers' union? And then until we can say, the universities are better funded and better run than the polytechnics and colleges of education, we must also look for justification elsewhere. That's the truth. And how does it make sense for a workers' union to be charging membership fee by salary percentage rather than a uniform amount of membership subscription? How does it make sense? How? Membership by salary percentage when the members are equal in every respect as members, entitled to the same thing. Now the obligation is different. How does it make sense? Why is it not happening in the polytechnics and colleges of education? Yeah, because it doesn't make any sense. And at the end of the day, it cannot be said that Nigerian universities are better funded and better run than Nigeria's polytechnics and colleges of education. Or is that also because of the work of ASUU leadership? What about the primary and secondary schools? It used to be said that they have become they receive less attention and so on. But how many well-to-do Nigerians now want to send their children to Nigeria's public institutions, if only for the strikes? And as I said, ultimately, how better run are the universities compared to our polytechnics and colleges of education? If you don't want to go to primary and secondary schools that are running regular program and turning out candidates for the universities. and colleges of polytechnics and colleges of education. Deception galore, exploitation, corruption. Eh? The corruption and the excesses of ASUU leadership cannot be checked by the university administrators and government because they are all balls of the same feather flocking together to the detriment of Nigeria's present and future.